Right.
What is this new Trump America gonna look like for black people, though, Angie?
I mean,
because we got a lot of fear mongering going on. Okay, first of all, let's touch the Project 25 situation. What are your thoughts on that? What's really going on with it?
Well, reality is that Project 2025 was never a part of any Trump's initiatives. He denied it several times. It's not up on his website. That's something that was fear mongering, just like them trying to convince black women that if they don't vote for abortion, that they're gonna die because of maternal health crisis. Like it's all fear mongering. But what Trump does have is Project 47, Agenda 47, which people hadn't looked into. He has the platinum plan, right? We ain't forgot about that.
Wait a minute,
Removing
the platinum plan?
It never went anywhere. Remember, he didn't lose the election. All of this stuff is still on the table. Okay. Not only that, let's talk about the fact that this man wants to make sure that men are removed from women's sports bathrooms, getting rid of gender ideology in these schools with our kids. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Listen, at the end of the day, y'all know I have a child that identifies as transgender. And I, raising my 3 sons and my daughter being the youngest, and there were times that we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bath.
Yeah.
My daughter, even having to share a bathroom with her brothers, has never been exposed to their penis. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's just, she always had her own privacy, even in sharing in that space.
Exactly.
And you were telling me that we are living in a day and age now where we got to send our daughters to private school to be exposed. You understand? To something that we protect them from. I'm talking about in elementary school, telling little boys that they can be girls, telling little girls they can be boys. We're not sending our children. It's no offense against anybody, but that's confusion. Mm-hmm. When we was kids, we ain't had to deal with that.
Exactly.
You knew if you liked whatever you liked, but you knew you was a girl or a boy. Yeah. It is mass confusion, and that's why we need Bobby in and Make America Healthy Again to go against Big Pharma, because it's a way for them to make money. They playing Frankenstein with our kids.
Okay, so you're talking about Project 47.
Agenda 47.
Agenda 47. Now, what's going on with Agenda 47?
Everybody need to go do their own research about Agenda 47, but Agenda 47 is another chapter of making America great again for us. I was just on Ray Daniels' show the other day, and he was like, sis, what if we don't feel like, when was America ever great for us? I said, Ray, nigga, you made America great for you?
Come on.
A lot of my partners is millionaires. I'm going to just be honest. And we got it out the mud.
Yeah. Out the mud.
None of them born with a spoon in their mouth.
Come on.
We got it because we had to get it. Nobody gave us nothing. Poverty is not an excuse, okay, for these people to have power and control over every single aspect of our life. You understand where I'm coming from? So if we live in America, because my birth certificate say America. I don't know what y'all say, okay, but mine say America. Yeah. I know my mama, my grandmama, all my ancestors are born here in America. I know that my businesses are in America. I know that my school that my children attend and stuff in America. Like I am an American citizen. So making America great does include me if I'm an American. And how do we do that? You see what they doing in New York already? In New York, they already now denying. They was giving immigrants $350 a week in food stamps. Now, I know black women that's being told to abort their babies because they can't afford them.
Come on.
They might get $350 a month in food stamps. $350 a week in the state of New York, where more black babies are being aborted than they're being born. For people to come here from another country. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, why is the message to us no reparations, abortion, okay? But the message to everybody else, okay? Ukraine, billions of dollars, open the border. How do you have funding for all of these people to come from these other countries when you can't even take care of your own citizens?
Are we going to get into funding to our community in this new Trump presidency?
I believe we are. We got funding the last time. But the thing about it is what our people look for is the word reparations.
Yeah, see, I don't give a damn about no reparations.
I
need some business money. I need some scholarships for some students to go to school. I need something to help folks buy houses.
Funding with no education is a problem, though, I say, man. Like, and that's one thing that Bobby spoke about, and he said if he was to get elected when we had the meeting, he don't think it will ever be reparation, but he had a plan. Is that plan that Bobby had for that meeting that we had with him was still being forced with Trump?
All of that's going to be enforced because we're at the table where we have decision-making capability, which is why Bobby wouldn't accept the role of vice president. Okay? Because the role of vice president was extended to Bobby. And Bobby turned it down because you really don't really have any power with VP. You can't take your own staff. You can't make your own decisions. But because we're going in and we have power, not only is that on the table, that's something that I'm going to be pushing, right? Yeah. And Bobby is somebody that understands the importance of replenishing our communities because his track record says that this not somebody that's, we just found somewhere to just... Bobby, the Kennedys have a history of helping the black community in every aspect, and that's going to be continued. And so, I'm more than confident.
Yeah. So the phone call leaked with Bobby and Trump when they had all of that going on. What was that about?
The same thing that I just spoke about, a same call that was made to Kamala, right? And they dissed us and ignored us. It was being independent and working with both sides and trying to bring unity to this country. Like what me and Ray Daniels did the other day. Like, I'm the only person up there that would kind of sort of represent the Republican Party, although I'm an independent now. Us coming to the table and all sitting down and saying, let's stop fighting, let's stop the division, right? We wanted Kamala at the table too. Like, I don't believe you a black woman. That's okay. You ain't got to convince me on that, but I'm willing to work with you to help black women if that's what you really want to do. I'm here to help you give black women another option besides free abortion and the burden of the black maternal health crisis. Because when we use our common sense and we understand that birth is natural, we realize that when they say to us that all black women dying from giving birth, that they basically saying that all black cows dying or all black dogs or all black horses. Like, you're not going to tell me that the most natural thing, because every person on this earth comes from being birthed, okay, that we dying just because we black. That shit ain't gonna fly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's something more sinister is happening, and maybe it's the C-sections because they get paid an extra $30,000 and like it's not natural to cut somebody in half. Like that's not the natural. Even when you come down through the uterus, it helps to form and shape your head. Like it is a process that's put in place, and we have gone so far from everything that is original, that is of God. We're living in an era right now of man's creation and man's doing, and I think that that's dangerous.
Angie House. You speak a lot about Angie House, and I see that you're very passionate when it comes to these women and these kids. Where did that come from?
That came from my own personal story. Going to prison, giving birth to my daughter chained to a bed with a sheriff watching, and of course Trump changed the law on that, made it illegal for them to do that. Them taking my baby from me after she was 24 hours old, and then me coming home to her 18 months later. And I had lost my mother and my grandmother. You know, the fathers of my children were in prison, and I ain't had nowhere to go. And I was like going from shelter to shelter, and back then they ain't have band the box, so when nobody give me a job, I couldn't get no welfare, I couldn't get Section 8, so it was a real hard time for me, but I survived. And I'm very successful today. And because of that, and my pro-life fight, I had been involved in the pro-life fight for about 15 years. And then when Roe v. Wade overturned, I said, you know what? A lot of my sisters on the other side is right. Y'all only care until the baby is born. And then after the baby is born, y'all don't care. And I said, I'm tired of hearing that too. So I said, I'm going to step out of the argument side and get over in the solution side. So Auntie Angie's House was created to provide a solution to the black maternal health crisis, to give women who want to keep their babies an option to be able to keep your baby. Like if you can go to Planned Parenthood to get rid of the baby, why you can't come to Auntie Angie's House to keep the baby? You know what I'm saying? And also we were all on this Black Lives Matter movement, and God had revealed to me that black life begins in the womb. So if black lives really matter, like then that mean that we got to protect black life. And it's just knowing the education behind Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger and Title X funding, working with Bobby, understanding the complex nature of this medical apartheid, working with Trump, understanding a lot of these agendas, including the depopulation agenda, and just to my community going hard no matter how much they beat me up about it, for us to understand that if it is a depopulation agenda, y'all got to know that we the first ones to go.
Angie, you go viral a lot for a lot of altercations and getting in combat fighting on social media. Why do that happen all the time with Angie? You're gonna have a good fight on Instagram with Angie, you know, and
because I'm the only one bold enough to say what need to be said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the only one bold enough to say what need to be said and stand on that.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people gonna say it, but they ain't gonna stand on it. I'm gonna stand on it. It's gonna be factual. I'm gonna give it to them in a common sense way, and I go viral a lot because, believe it or not, it is a lot of people that agree with me.
Oh yeah.
And even the ones that don't agree with me, once you hear me and you use your common sense, you be like, well, now wait a minute now Ann on to something now. Now wait a minute now, hold on. So, and I mean, what do we have to lose? We got 4 years, okay, of another Trump presidency. It ain't nothing, the average man could do about it. We couldn't do nothing about Kamala and Joe. Mm-hmm. We've experienced a Trump presidency and we've experienced a Kamala and Joe presidency. The Trump presidency, what tugged at us was the emotion because it was the Black Lives Matter and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But when we talk about the economy and how we was living, just for real, like, I keep saying it, like, everybody, all my homegirls, they was getting mommy makeovers, BBLs, all my homeboys had Hellcats, Scat Packs, everybody was opening businesses, like, Black people were up. I remember 21 Savage party during COVID, where they talking about everybody have a mask and businesses shut down. Man, 21.
Had a Gucci mask.
What?
Come on.
So, I mean, I just looked at how being old enough to pay attention now, because when we was younger, we ain't pay attention to politics. Now we paying attention.
We can feel them.
We feel it. Exactly. We woke now. So we went from $2 a gallon on gas to $7 a gallon on gas. From $2 a egg to $7 a egg.
Yeah.
Listen, man. And what have we gotten? We got a George Floyd statue.